Now let's learn how to make our own hooks in React and demonstrate how that can clean up your code. So if we take a look at my homepage, you can see that we've got some state, and then we've also got use effect down here. And this is pretty much word for word the exact same code that's on my product page. And we have the state, and then we have use effect. So the only thing that's really changed here is the name of the variable. So I think what we can do is extract this out to a hook and make that reusable between these two pages. So what we're going to do is we're going to create a new folder in the source directory, and we're going to call that hooks. And then inside of hooks, we're going to create a new file, and we'll call that http requests.js. And now we can create a hook. So we're going to import React from React, and then we're going to declare a function, and it's kind of important that the function is named with the keyword use in front of it. And that's just a React standard so that React knows that this is actually a hook. So we'll say use Axios get as the function name, and then we can finish that off. And what we could do is down at the bottom here, export use Axios get, or we could just place the keyword in front of the function over here. So we can just say export function use Axios get, same thing. And now what we want to do is paste in all of the code that we've been repeating. So let's go over the home page and let's grab the state and we'll paste that in here. And then we can go over to the use effect thing and we can copy all of that and paste that in here as well. So now we actually need to import these because we've got use effect and use state. And if I try to run this file, then we would get a error on both of those. So let's import them. So now that those have been imported, we can cut this code out of our homepage. So let's actually just remove all of that. And let's take a look at how to use our custom hook. So what we want to do is we actually want to get a value out of this custom hook. So what we want to do down here is make sure that this is returning something. So let's return the name of the state that we've created. In this case, it's products, but I think we're going to change that name pretty soon. So let's return that down here. And then in the home page, what we'll do is we'll create a variable here called products, and this can be a constant. Well, actually, let's call it a let, and we'll let products equal whatever's returned from our hook. So let's use Axios get, make sure that that's actually imported over here. And that will then take in an argument because remember, we've got this URL up here that we still need to pass in to our Axios request. So what we're going to do is we're going to pass that URL like this. And then we're going to go over to our HTTP request and we're going to just accept that URL here. And we're already using that down here. So that's fine. So if we save this and then when we save our home page, oh, damn, use Axios is not defined. So we just need to make sure that we take that import and put it in HTTP requests. And boom. Okay, everything seems to be working, but now we're actually using that with a hook. So now whenever we want to send through a request, all we need to do is add in this one line of code and that will take care of our state for us. It will take care of the Axios import for us and everything. So we can go over to product and we can do the exact same thing. Let's remove that code and let's remove the effect down here. And now we can create a variable called product, and that can come from this URL up there. So if we save this now, whoops, okay, use Axios is not defined. So we just need to make sure that we actually import that. Boom, okay, it's there. So now when we go to the specific product page, that still works. But again, we're now doing that with just one line of code instead of the entire constant and the use effect. So now what we can do is we can actually change the variables here. So Let's not call this a product. What we're actually doing is we're sending through a request. So we can call that request, and then we can call this method set request. And then we can just change the name of that method here, here, and here. And then of course, when we export that out or return that out, we want to return what's in the request. So our request will either have loading, data, or an error. And that still continues to work. But again, we've done it with just one line of code in here. Hello everyone, how's it going? It's Quentin here, and I just wanted to say you've made it to the end. This is the final video in the series. So I had a 2-hour time limit for this tutorial series because I wanted it to be a free course on Udemy. But I think if we compare where we were 2 hours ago to now, before you couldn't even create a React app, maybe, and now you can create a React app. You can also create an animated menu. You can switch between pages. You can send an HTTP request. You can show a loading GIF while that's loading, and you can also display all of that product information in a component or in a view. So I think we've learned quite a lot in the space of 2 hours, and I just wanted to say congratulations, you made it. And all of the code for this course is also available on my GitHub page. I've also made a few adjustments to the code just for documentation purposes when you guys eventually get around to cloning this. So I've just commented to remember to make your own API, because this link will eventually stop working, and when that does, okay, let's go back to the homepage. You will get just an info message here to say, by the way, you just need to remember to set up your own mock API. And the instructions for that are also on GitHub in the README. So if we take a look at the README, there's some installation instructions here, and there's also instructions on how to set up the mock API with screenshots of what my mock API actually looked like for the project. So that's all I have for you, and I'll see you in the next course. And so that's all I have for you in this video, but please don't forget to subscribe, leave a like, share this video with your friends, and of course, if you like the content I create, please consider clicking that join button or supporting me on Patreon. It really would mean a lot to me, and I'll see you guys next time.